everyone, this is Miss Vasavikta from Sunbeam Convent School. Today we are going to read about the structure of cell. So broadly, cell has been divided into three categories. So there are three parts of a cell: plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. So what is plasma membrane? So plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell. It is thin, delicate, elastic and selectively permeable membrane. Plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell, outermost part of the cell. It is thin, very thin, delicate means very weak, as if we touch and it will break. It is thin, delicate, elastic. It has got elasticity, that means flexibility, stretchability, and selectively permeable, that means it selects things and then only it permits for in and out movement. So therefore plasma membrane is also known as selectively permeable membrane. Plasma membrane is known as selectively permeable membrane. Why? Because it selects things and then only it gives permission. It is not that anything can go inside the cell and anything can come out of the cell. It is not like that. The selection work is done by plasma membrane. Therefore, it is known as selectively permeable membrane. It is also an important question. Why is plasma membrane known as selectively permeable membrane, and which membrane is known as selectively permeable membrane? Then you have to answer that plasma membrane is known as selectively permeable membrane because first it selects the thing, it gives permission and it allows the entry and exit of materials in and out of the cell. Plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell. It is very thin, very delicate and elastic and selectively permeable. Hope you have understood it. Outermost covering of the cell. It is thin, elastic, delicate. Delicate means very, very smooth, as if we touch and then it will break. Like that type of structure it is. It is made up of 75% phospholipid. Phosphorus and lipid means fat, proteins, cholesterol and polysaccharides. Saccharides means structure of sugars. So polysaccharide. Function of plasma membrane: it allows an entry of selected materials only. It allows diffusion and osmosis. So here you can see the plasma membrane, outermost covering of the cell. It is also known as cell membrane. This is nucleus and this is cytoplasm. Plasma membrane is the outermost covering of the cell. It is thin, delicate, elastic, selectively permeable. It is also known as cell membrane. It is made up of phospholipid, protein, cholesterol and polysaccharides, of which chief component is phospholipid. About 75% of plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid. Lipid is fat, proteins, cholesterol is also a type of fat, polysaccharide. Saccharide is saccharine structured sugar molecule. Poly is many. So plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid, protein, cholesterol and polysaccharides, of which chief component is phospholipid. So what is the function of plasma membrane? Function of plasma membrane is that it allows entry and exit of selected materials only. It helps in osmosis and diffusion. So what is diffusion? Diffusion is the spontaneous movement of a substance from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. Means movement of any substance from higher concentration to lower concentration until uniform concentration is achieved is called diffusion. Spontaneous means it naturally without any external force or without any external help. So spontaneous movement of substance, either gaseous, liquid or solid, spontaneous movement of substance from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration until uniform concentration is achieved is called diffusion. Spontaneous movement of substance from higher concentration to lower concentration until uniform concentration is achieved is called diffusion. Uniform concentration, that means inside the cell and outside the cell uniform concentration, equal concentration is achieved, till then diffusion will occur. Spontaneous movement of substance from higher concentration to lower concentration until uniform concentration is achieved is called diffusion. Diffusion is faster in gases than in solid and liquid. Now osmosis. What is osmosis? Osmosis is the spontaneous movement of water molecules. Okay, water molecules, specific water molecules only, from region of high water concentration to region of low water concentration is called osmosis. So here osmosis is the movement of water molecules, but diffusion can be the movement of gaseous molecules or any other liquid molecules or gaseous molecules. But osmosis is particularly the movement of water molecules from region of higher water concentration, means from where water is more, from there it will go to the place, to the cell where concentration is less. So spontaneous movement of water molecules from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration is called osmosis. So osmosis, what happens? Cell absorb or lose water. Okay, so cell absorb water without spending any amount of energy. Osmosis is a mechanical process in which cell absorbs water without spending any amount of energy, means no use of energy is done in osmosis. If liquid flows inward, if cell absorbs water, then it is called endosmosis, and if cell loses water, it is called exosmosis. Inward flow of liquid is called endosmosis and outward flow of liquid is called exosmosis. So type of solution. So depending on the concentration, solution has been divided into three parts: hypotonic, isotonic and hypertonic. Hypotonic is dilute solution. Isotonic is equal concentration of water inside the cell and outside the cell. Hypertonic, that means medium surrounding the cell has low water concentration and the cell has high water concentration. So solution has been divided into three categories: hypotonic, isotonic and hypertonic. So what is hypotonic solution? If cell has low water concentration, that means medium surrounding the cell has higher water concentration than the cell, then what will happen? Cell will absorb water. You can take an example of a biscuit. What happens when you dip it in water? Then a spontaneous movement of water molecules starts taking place from higher concentration to lower concentration. That means in glass you have water and you have just dipped a biscuit. Then what will happen? Biscuit will start getting wet. Water molecules will travel inside the biscuit. So here you can see this is an example of hypotonic solution. That means medium surrounding the cell. You can take the example, biscuit is the cell and here in the glass there is water. So there is much water and biscuit has less water. Then what will happen? Biscuit will absorb water. Same thing happens with the cell also. Medium surrounding the cell has high water concentration, then the cell. Cell has low water concentration and medium surrounding the cell has higher water concentration. That type of solution is known as hypotonic solution. That means it has more water concentration than the cell. That type of solution is called hypotonic solution. When you dip a cell in hypotonic solution, then what will happen? Cell gains water by osmosis. It is obvious that cell will gain water because cell has lower water concentration than the medium surrounding it. So cell gains water and the process of gaining or losing water is called osmosis. So cell gains water by osmosis, then there will be some changes will be seen in the cell. And what are the changes? Cells will swell. become inflated, okay, and turgid. Little bit harder, that means water will go inside the cell will swell, become inflated or turgid. So this is hypotonic solution. It is a dilute solution because much water is there. So medium surrounding the cell has high water concentration than the cell, then it will be termed hypotonic solution. In hypotonic solution, cell absorbs water by the process of osmosis, they swell, become inflated or turgid, and this is a dilute solution. Now about isotonic solution. The word iso means equal water concentration inside the cell also and outside the cell also. Cell has exactly same water as the concentration. Same water as the medium surrounding the cell has exactly same water as the cell. Then what will happen? No movement of water molecules will take place. Suppose you are soaking gram, okay, you soak it overnight, then what will happen? First, that is dehydrated gram, that means without any water. When you put it in the water, then you keep it overnight, you give some time. What happens? The gram starts absorbing water, and after soaking overnight, the gram will swell. This is a particular thing that we all have seen, soaking gram and eating it. So the gram will swell, it will absorb water, it will continue absorbing water, after that it will stop absorbing water, okay. Soaked gram, what will happen if you put soaked gram in water again? Will it absorb more water? No, because same concentration of water is there outside the gram also and inside the gram also. So no movement of water molecules will be there. Once it has absorbed water, it has reached the concentration has become equal, after that no movement of water will be there. That type of solution is known as isotonic solution. That means medium surrounding the cell has exactly same water as the cell. Then no movement of water will be there and cell will stay the same. See here, equal water concentration inside the cell also, outside the cell also, there will be no movement of water, because always water moves from higher concentration to lower concentration, but here concentration is equal. Inside the cell also water concentration is equal, and outside the cell also water concentration is equal. So the cell will stay same. No swelling, no turgid, no inflation. Cell will stay same. This type of solution is known as isotonic solution. The medium surrounding the cell has exactly same water as the cell. No movement of water will be there and cell will stay same. Now hypertonic solution. Here cell has much water and the medium surrounding the cell has lower water concentration. In that case, what will happen? Cell will lose water because cell has much water concentration, the medium has lower water concentration. Water will travel from higher concentration to lower concentration. In that case, cell will shrink. You can take an example, put some wet cloth with dry cloth. Then what will happen? The dry cloth will also become wet. Why? Because wet cloth has water and dry cloth do not have water. Then from wet cloth, water will start traveling from higher concentration to lower concentration, from wet cloth to dry cloth. Then your dry cloth will also become wet. So this is same here, hypertonic solution. Medium surrounding the cell has lower water concentration and cell has high water concentration. There is much water inside the cell and outside the cell there is only little water. In that case, cell will lose water and cell will shrink. Cell will shrink, and this process of losing water and shrinking of cell is called plasmolysis. Cell will become plasmolyzed. Here you can see this is cell wall. If it loses water, then cell will shrink and it will be known as a plasmolyzed cell. Now phagocytosis. is what? Cell eating. How does a cell obtain its nutrition? So this is a cell. It is food. What will happen? Cell will sense the food, because it is only one cell. It does not have ear, eye, ear, nose, anything. No. Then it will just feel the food, and this plasma membrane, it will start growing. It will start its finger-like projection towards the food, and it will be called as pseudopodia. The word pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and podia means feet. Plasma membrane will grow. It will feel like as if the cell is traveling towards the food, but it is actually not like that. Plasma membrane is growing in size. So this, first of all, when cells sense the food, the plasma membrane starts growing as pseudopodia. It surrounds the food, and food is engulfed by the cell. Plasma membrane grows further and creates a vacuole inside the cell. The food is engulfed by the cell. A food vacuole is formed. Inside this food vacuole, there is food and a little water. Then cell will release some enzymes in the food vacuole. The food will be digested. The cell will absorb important nutrients from it, and it will eject out waste product out. So what is the process of phagocytosis? Area of plasma membrane coated with actin myosin forms a pocket which engulfs the solid food. So area of plasma membrane covered with actin myosin forms a pocket like structure, pseudopodia, which engulfs the solid food and becomes food vacuole. Inside the food vacuole, the food is digested, and the undigested food is removed when plasma membrane ruptures and undigested food is thrown out. So this is the process of phagocytosis. Let me repeat it once. Phagocytosis is cell eating. Cell sense the food, then plasma membrane coated with actin myosin starts forming a pocket-like structure. With the help of pseudopodia, it forms a food vacuole. Inside the food vacuole, food is digested by the enzymes released by the cell, and the waste material is thrown out of the cell by the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane ruptures from some part, and the food is thrown out. Undigested food is thrown out. Now cell wall. What is cell wall? Cell wall is a non-living part of the cell. This cell wall, you have to keep in mind, it is only found in plants, not in human beings, not in any animals. Cell wall is found in plants. It is one layer outside the plasma membrane. It is non-living part of the cell which is found only in plant. It is rigid, very strong membrane composed of cellulose. Cell wall is composed of cellulose, and cell wall lies outside the plasma membrane. Cell wall is found only in plants, not in animals. So what is cellulose? Cellulose is a complex fibrous polysaccharide that makes up the cell. Now function of cell wall. It permits the plant cell to become turgid. It provides mechanical strength to support plant. It permits the cell of the plant fungi and bacteria to withstand hypotonic solution without bursting. So in hypotonic solution, what happens? Cells absorb water. The cell will keep on absorbing water. Then what will happen? It will become turgid. It will swell, and it will continue swelling. There is a chance that cell may burst, but it does not happen so, because cell wall exerts pressure on it and the cell maintains its shape and structure. Cell withstand hypotonic solution because of cell wall. So these are the functions of cell wall. So what is cell wall? Cell wall is a non-living part of the cell. Cell wall is found only in plants, not in animals. It is a rigid membrane, a strong membrane composed of cellulose. Cellulose, it lies outside plasma membrane. Outside the plasma membrane, there is one more structure that is just found in plants, not in animals, and this is called cell wall. It is composed of cellulose. Cellulose is a complex fibrous polysaccharide. I have just explained you what is polysaccharide. Complex fibrous polysaccharide that makes up the cell wall is called cellulose. So function of cell wall is permits cell to become turgid. That means it permits the cell to swell, to become inflated, to become turgid. It permits the cell. If there is no cell wall, then plant cell may burst and lose many cells. It provides mechanical strength to support plant. That means strength is given by cell wall. Cell wall gives mechanical strength. Cell wall supports the cell. Then it permits the cell of plants, fungi and bacteria to withstand hypotonic solution without bursting. It permits cell of the plant, because cell wall is present in plant, cell wall is present in fungus and cell wall is present in bacteria. It is not present in animals. So it permits to withstand hypotonic solution. That means the time when cell absorbs water, it swells and it keeps on swelling. There is chance that the cell may burst. So cell wall protects it. Cell wall hypotonic solution without bursting. So this is the function of cell wall. Non-living part of the cell, which is found only in plants, rigid membrane composed of cellulose. It lies outside plasma membrane. What is cellulose? Cellulose is a complex fibrous polysaccharide that makes up cell. The function of cell wall, it permits plants to become turgid. That means it permits plants to swell, to become inflated and to become turgid. It provides strength, it provides support to the cell, and it permits the cells to withstand hypotonic solution without bursting. So when a living plant cell loses water through osmosis, there is a shrinkage of contents of cell away from cell wall. This phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. I have just explained you what is plasmolysis. When hypertonic solution is there, plants lose water, then not only plant cells lose water, cells shrink. Then shrinkage of contents of cell away from cell wall is known as plasmolysis. I will show you the figure of plasmolyzed cell. I have just shown you. I see here. This is cell wall. This is cell. In hypertonic solution, when plants loses water, then shrinkage of contents of cell away from cell wall. This phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. See here, cell has been shrunken and contents of cell away from cell wall. This phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. Okay, we shall be reading further about nucleus in next class.